The hideous creature had no idea that Kennimac was behind it. The rogue leaps down from the tree, burying his blade deep in the fleshy green neck. The beast howls, gurgles, and collapses. "Dibs," he calls as he starts going through the stinky nest of bones and treasure. The cries from his party come too late. As the fallen foe stands, spittle drops down on the halfling's head just before both of his arms are pulled from their sockets. G'day, I am James from Zalgariath Gaming, and welcome to Creature Feature, where we slash away at a D&D 5e monster and see what regenerates. I love trolls. They are gross, smell bad, and drive engagement with circular arguments based on personal preferences that I can milk endlessly for any number of comments on each video. Oh wait, no, that's the next episode. Today we are talking about D&D trolls, who are just as fun to engage with as a DM, especially when used on a party who have not battled them before. Before we head on that CR5 Loathsome Limb, don't forget to grab your ZG character sheet and a D20 so you can play along in the comments of the micro-adventure at the end of this video. Bashing quickly through the basic stat changes before we embark on their chaotic evil new abilities, we find a tougher, harder-hitting baby member of the giant family. Trolls are big, but they're small for giants. Still AC 15, but now with 94 nominal HP, up 10 from the 2014 version. Like other creatures in the 2025 Monster Manual, trolls have lost their two different bite claw attacks for a single rend attack. The good news for DMs is all three multi-attacks now do 2d6 plus 4 damage, which is a slight buff. And they have a 10-foot reach, making for a nasty opportunity attack surprise for 2014 players who think they know it all. Gone is Keen Smell ability, replaced again with a boosted passive perception up 3 points, the proficiency bonus, from 12 to 15, putting trolls on much higher alert. While their speed is still a modest 30 feet for a large-sized creature, they have a new bonus action called Charge, which allows them to move half their speed, 15 feet, as long as it is directly towards a tasty-looking foe. But then again, to trolls, everything is tasty, so use it as you will. That is, of course, on top of a dash action, giving a troll a 75-foot max movement per turn, and that is scary. Then, of course, we come to their signature ability, Damage Regeneration, which I'm happy to say has also been beefed up. At the start of each of their turns, trolls now recover 15 HP, it was previously 10. Unless, like before, they take acid or fire damage during the turn, and then this ability no longer functions. I still remember the first time I pitted Smacky the Barbarian in single hand-to-hand combat with Mr. Scratchy to win the allegiance of his ancestral half-orc tribe. The Barbarian must have splattered the pet troll into mush 4 times before he worked out he needed to throw the corpse into the raging bonfire I had placed in the middle of the arena for him. Ah, home game memories. He nearly died. Lastly, we have Loathsome Limb, the ability which was an optional sidebar in 2014 that took up half a goddamn page. In 2025, it has been moved formally into the stat block and, fortunately, has been made much simpler. Seriously, the old version was so complex I can't even go into it all here, but imagine every possible combination of lost arm, leg, and head, each with their own rules, damage, move. It was just a nightmare. Now there is a new stat block for Loathsome Limb, and it operates much better. Which is great, because a DM nightmare means that that previously very cool rule was usually ignored. But now, 4 times a day when the troll is bloodied, a returning 4th edition term meaning below half its maximum HP, and it receives 15 slashing damage in a turn. Another clarity, if it gets multiple attacks but it's on the same turn, say like with a multi-attack, then that adds up to 15, so use this more often than you think. The troll gains a level of exhaustion, and that limb becomes its own regenerating, independent creature. The Troll Limb. Flavor it how you will, the Troll Limb has its own stat block regardless of which bit you have lopped off. It can move 20 feet, that's a quick arm, has a +6 to hit with 2d4 plus 4 slashing, and regains 5 of its 14 HP each turn when it's not crispied or acided like its parental big brother. That is much more manageable as a DM. Oh, says here it also has dark vision. I mean, sure, it needs to see, I suppose. If only there was a rule that gave things that didn't have eyes. It just should have been blindside people, for goodness sake. Easy wins, guys, easy wins. Dark vision. Best, however, with the most potential for chaos is the Troll Spawn ability, where 24 hours after being lopped off, the limb has a 1 in 12 chance of regenerating into a fully formed troll. Yep, this is why you never see a baby troll. They reproduce by tearing bits off themselves and thrown in a hole. Now, as a DM, you could imagine your party coming across a swarm of troll limbs, the result of a huge argument amongst a tribe of trolls who tore each other apart, let's say, approximately 23 hours, 59 minutes and 42 seconds before combat breaks out. And 3 rounds into combat, the DM starts rolling 24 d12s on the table while the players look confused, and then terrified. I mean, it's a 1 in 12 chance, but what's the worst that could happen, right? Right? If they don't spawn, they just disintegrate, but, you know, I reckon you've got some good odds there of a really fun encounter. Speaking of rare, I tend just to focus on monster manual listings here, but if you're a big fan of trolls like I am, you can find heaps more in the comments section. I mean other D&D official publications. Notably, Morton Kamen presents Monsters of Multiverse, where you'll get the Spirit, Venom, Rot, and Dire trolls, and in Bigby's Glory of the Giants, where the legendary CR17 Troll Amalgam is the apex predator of the troll family. Do check them out. Now, usually at this point of the video, I'd insert a blatant and shameless plug for some of my own creations available on my website at Zalgariath.com for you to consider, but you know, none of my current lineup of products have paper minis for trolls. So let's use this as an excuse to do another shameless self-promotion and announce that I have started a Patreon, where you will find for free a freshly minted paper troll mini for the followers there, as well as, hopefully very soon, minis for all of the previous and future creature features. That's right, every time I do one of these creature feature episodes, I'm going to give you a simple single mini for free that you can add to your table. Of course, I do plan to have paid upgrades where you'll be able to get variations and more colored backgrounds, that sort of thing, and of course other things to follow as well. I've never had a Patreon before, it's brand new, but it kind of makes sense with what I'm doing here on the channel and with my products. So I hope if you want, you can follow along. I said there will always be a free level, and if you really like what you're seeing here, then you can support me like other creators who rely on things like Patreon because AdSense on YouTube is terrible. Plug over! So watch this space, but before you go into the comments and troll me for selling out, let's catch up with Blowinbogan in Rumming on Empty. Morning breaks and life returns to Kiribiri with the guard obviously on edge. In the town square, a copper dragonborn woman is in the stocks, a guard on either side of her. Some folks have gathered around, gawking and gossiping, but she hangs her head low and barely moves. Blowy breaks into a sprint as soon as you spot her. "Alexis!" he cries. The guards cross their spears in front of her when he gets close. He's smart enough not to test them, but makes his appeal. "Lads, you got this all wrong. She wouldn't hurt a sturge. Can I chat to her for a minute?" He rolls persuasion. This is a very different Blowy to the one you usually see. You can either give me an insight check to try to discern more about your friend, or if you'd like to help him in some way, let me know how and the result of that roll, and I'll see you in the comments below.